Hi friends, good morning all of you. This is SK sir. Today I will explain you the very important rule of IUPAC nomenclature. See here already we discussed the classification of organic compound and the three essential part of IUPAC name, that is prefix, suffix and root word. Now the next topic is what? IUPAC rules, and these rules are very important to understand the names of organic compounds. See here, the IUPAC nomenclature is totally related to the structure. If you know the structure, then you are able to give the name. If you know the name, then you are able to draw the structure of the compound. See here, the first rule is longest chain rule. So what is the longest chain rule? So here in the IUPAC nomenclature, this rule is very important. So before giving the name of the compound, you have to select the parent chain. The name of the compound is depend on the parent chain, that is called root word. Okay. See here, the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms having multiple bonds or functional group is selected as parent chain, that is root word. See here, for example, this is the first example. See, we have the one example CH3, now CH2, now here see CH2, again CH2 and CH2. Now here see CH2, now CH2, now CH3. See, what would be the here longest chain? See here, this if you take the state chain, see here state chain, this contain how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now see here one more. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here it is contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will contain what? 7. So it means see here this 7-membered ring contain. This is contain. Sorry, this chain is contain 7 carbon atoms and this is contain 6 carbon atoms. Now which is the longest chain? Now this is what? Parent. This is parent chain. Now what would be the name? Actually here the name is not important, because what is our concept? We have to select only parent chain. So we will study the name, how to give the name in the further classes, but here we have to select the parent chain. So this is the parent chain. If you want to give the numbering, see name 1, 2, 3, 4. See here 4. Here the ethyl group is there. See, this is the 4 ethyl. 4 ethyl. Total carbon atoms are 7. So this is called heptane. Okay, one more example, second example. See here. This is one compound, Cl. Okay. Now, what would be the parent chain here? See, this is longest chain is contained 1. See, one more I am giving. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in this way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, the straight chain contains 7 carbon atoms and this branch chain contains 6 carbon atoms. But this branch chain contains multiple bonds, pi bond. This is the functional group. Now, what is our rule? That parent chain must be contain what? Multiple bonds. Double bonds are functional group. Now your parent chain is this one. Now this is your parent chain. The name you have to give based on this chain. Okay. Now see third. Suppose here we have, this is one aldehyde group. Okay. Now this is one pi bond. Now here this is chain is there like this. So now see the longest chain is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here if you take this state chain as a parent chain, the functional group and pi bonds are not coming in that chain. So that we have to select, see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be the parent chain. Why? Because this chain is containing here what? Multiple bonds and functional group. This is what? Parent chain. Okay, now one more. See here, for example, see this is one pi bond. Now here this is one pi bond. Now here this is one chain is there. So what would be the parent chain here? See, the longest chain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. But here in this chain the double bonds are not coming. But here see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will this in this chain here what multiple bonds are coming. Understood? So this is the parent chain now. Understood how to select the parent chain? So whenever you select the parent chain, you have to notice whether the multiple bonds or functional group coming or including in the parent chain or not. Understood? Write down. Okay, now see one more example. Fourth one. Suppose you have like this. This is one compound here. Okay. Now see what would be the parent chain here. This is see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now your parent chain is like this. This is the having the more number of carbon atoms. Now this is what? Parent chain. Okay, now next fifth one. See here. Now what would be the parent chain here? See the state chain contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But here in this, if you take this 7-membered ring, 7-membered chain as a parent chain, but functional group and multiple bonds are not coming. But see in this here, this is a carboxylic acid functional group. So now we will take this multiple bond and this carboxylic acid. This is what? Parent chain. So don't worry about the names. First you have to learn how to select the parent chain. Understood? Slowly you will learn the names, how to give the names also. Now sixth. See for example, again this is one compound. This is cyanide and this is cyanide. Okay. Now this is one compound. So what would be the? See this is the state chain contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, because here there is functional group is not coming. Here this is the. So if you want to give the name, here see give the numbering 1, 2, 3. So here at the 2 position this is 1, 2, 3 propyl. This is 1, 2, 3 propyl. So 2, 2 dipropyl, dipropyl, and these are the what 1, 2, 3 propane dinitrile, because this is the what nitrile. You have to use the cyanide group here. This is when 2 cyanide groups are there, then we will take the nitrile. IUPAC nomenclature of cyanide is what? Nitrile. So this is what 1, 2 dinitrile. Okay, now see one more last. See this is one triple bond. Now here this is one double bond is there. Now what would be the parent chain? Parent chain would be this one only, irrespective of the number of carbon atoms. This is the what? Having the functional group, double bond and triple bond. This is what? Parent chain. Now understood all of you how to select the parent chain? Don't think about the names, just parent chain how to select. So what is the rule to select the parent chain? See the longest continuous chain of the carbon atoms having the multiple bonds and the functional group is known as selected as parent chain. Okay. Next we will study the second rule. First complete it. Okay, now see the second rule, that is larger number of substituent. See sometimes the chains having the equal length. So if you select the parent chain, so you will get the around more than one parent chain. In that case, you have to select the parent chain which having the more number of substituents. Are you getting my point? See here, the compounds, if the compound has two or more chains of the equal length, then the chain having more number of substituent is selected as a parent chain. See, for example, CH3, now CH2, now see CH3, one more CH3 here. CH2, CH2, now CH2. See here. So we have here two types of parent chain. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is, if you take this one, this is how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it contains 6 carbon atoms. Then how many substituents? Only this is what? One substituent. So here what? One substituent. See, now I will take, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this also having the equal carbon atoms here. Are you getting my point? So now this is also contains 6 carbon atoms. Now if you take this branched one as a parent chain, then how many substituents you are getting? See, this methyl is also one substituent. This ethyl also is one substituent. Here 2 substituents you are getting. Now see, the chain having the more number of substituents. So this chain is having the more number of substituents. Now this is select as the parent chain. So what would be the name? So give the number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is called what? 2 methyl and 3 ethyl. So ethyl will come first according to IUPAC nomenclature, alphabetical order. 3. I will give the rules how to give the name. 3 ethyl, 2 methyl. Okay. Total how many carbon atoms? 6. That is hexane. Understood? So this is the large number of substituent rule. Okay. Now see first one. Okay, now see second example. Suppose if you take CH3, CH2, CH3. Now see CH2, CH3. Now CH3. Now CH3. Now CH. Okay. Now what would be the parent chain here? See, if you select this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this contain 7 carbon. Now how many substituents? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 4 substituents you are getting. Now one more option is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here also. So when you select like this, here only one substituent and this is 2. Only 2 substituents. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here also possibility is there. So this is contain how many here? 7 carbon. How many substituents? 1, 2, and this is entire is 1. Total 3 substituents. Now what would be the parent chain here? See, the parent chain having the large number of substituents is select as a parent chain. So now this is parent chain. Understood? So whenever the parent chain is having the equal length, then you have to select that parent chain which contains the more number of substituent as a what? Parent chain. Okay? Write down. Okay, now see third example. So this is one compound. So what would be the here parent chain? Now see here. The longest chain is a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Here see. This is one possibility is there. Okay. So how many carbon atoms present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon. So how many substituents? See, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Here what? 3 substituents present. Now one more possibility is that, see, you can also take like this one. See here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now how many substituents when you take this one parent chain? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this contain here 7 carbon atom and 4 substituents. Now which is the parent chain? Now this is the parent chain. Why? Because it contains large number of substituents. Now understood all of you how to select the parent chain? Okay? Okay, write down. Third rule. So what is the third rule? This is lowest number rule or lowest locant. Locant means here number. See what is this rule? For example, suppose if I give this one, this is like this is Cl. Now this is CH2, now CH2. Give the numbering. See here, if I start from right, this is right to left. If I start from here 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4. So if I start from right to left, then the chlorine getting which position? Third position you are getting. Now see, in the same way, if I start from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you start from left to right, then the chlorine getting 2 position. See here, what is this rule? When the substituents or functional group present on the parent chain, so the substituents and the parent chain must be get the lowest possible number. Otherwise, see, the numbering of the carbon atom start from that end which is near to the substituent. See, this is the right end, this is left end. So this left end is near to the chlorine. That's why getting the position lowest possible number. Are you getting my point? It means the numbering of the chain is start from that end which is near to the substituent or functional group. Why? To get the lowest possible number for substituent. So what is this rule? Here this is wrong and this is right. See, left to right is the right. So what is the rule? See, the numbering of carbon, the numbering of parent chain start from that end which is near to substituent or functional. Are you getting my point? To get lowest possible number for substituent or functional. Understood now? So now this is the right. For example, one more. Suppose this one. So this is OH group. Okay. Now which is C here? See, one more carbon is there. So now give the numbering 1, 2, 3. So if you start from right to left, so the OH is getting the third position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I start from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here left to right, if you start, the OH is getting 4. This is wrong and this is right because lowest possible number is possible. Understood? This is the what? Lowest number rule, otherwise lowest locant rule. Okay, write down. Okay, see one more example here. This is one compound here. See here. So you have to give the priority to the pi bond. So functional group or substituent must be at lowest possible number. So if we start from this here, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you start from right to left, then you are getting 1, 2. So this is the right method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what would be the name total? How many carbon atoms? 6. That is called what? X. Then position is what? First lowest number you have to take, 2. X to E. Understood? This is the right. Now one more. Suppose we have like this. This is our aldehyde functional group, and here one pi bond is there. So how do you start the numbering? See, there is a priority order of the functional group. I will give the priority order. For the time being, just see, aldehyde gets the first priority, then the alkene. Alkene gets the last priority. So here this functional group is already contain carbon atoms. So when the functional group is contain the carbon atom, the numbering start from the functional group, and the carbon atom of the functional group getting lowest possible number, that is 1. See here 1. This is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So what would be the name here? See, total name is not important even though I am giving here. See, so this is a 4 carbon atoms. See, but, yes, but, double bond third position, double bond third, 3, and Al. This is the terminal functional group, 3. This is the name of this compound. Okay, now next one more. Suppose this one CH3. Now here double bond. So how do you start the numbering? See, this is a CH3. Pi bond is a substituent and pi bond is a functional group. So of course the numbering start from the functional group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what would be the name here? See, at the 4 position on methyl is there, 4 methyl. Total 5 carbon. Pent. Double bond is 1. This is what? 1 A. Understood here? The double bond gets a higher priority than the substituents. So this must be get the lowest possible number. Okay, this is our lowest number rule. Lowest number rule means what? The numbering of the numbering of the parent chain start from that end which is near to the substituent or functional group to get the lowest possible number for substituent and functional group. This is a very important rule again. Right on. Okay, now see the fourth rule, that is lowest sum rule. Lowest sum rule. So what is the lowest sum rule? See here. The numbering of the parent chain, the containing 2 or more substituent, was done in such a way that the sum of the locant is the lowest. It means when 2 or more substituents present in the parent chain. For example, see, this is one compound, and this is one Cl, and this is one OH is there, like C. So if you give the numbering from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what? Right to left. So when you give the right to left numbering, the OH getting third position and the Cl getting fourth position. The total is sum is what? 7. Okay. Now I am starting here from 1 left to right. Left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I start the numbering from left to right, then what? Cl getting what? Fourth position and OH getting fifth position. So here what? 4 plus 5. The total is what? 9. So lowest sum rule what? This is the total value we are getting 7, here 9. So this is the right method and this is the wrong. Are you getting what would be the name here? See here. At the 3 OH is there and 4 Cl is there. Chloro prefix and OH is what? Hydroxy, but this is what? Alcohol. OL is a functional group. So what would be the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 4 chloro. Total 7 carbon. Heptane. And 3 at the 3 position OH group, that is OL. This is the name of this compound. Now second Cl. And this is CH3. Now here 1 Br. Now give the numbering here. See, if I start from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here what we are getting? Right to left method, right to left. So 2 plus 3, you are getting 5. So left to right, what you getting here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here what? 4 plus 5. It is again 9. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 plus 5, 9. So this is right and this is wrong. Okay, now one more example. Suppose this is one compound. This is pi bond is there and here one Cl is there. So here if you start from right to left, chlorine getting 1, 2 position. If you start from left to right, the pi bond getting 2 position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the right method because pi bond is the functional group. Functional group must be get the lowest possible number. So otherwise if you start from this one, the chlorine getting what? 2 position. 1, 2, 3, 4. So chlorine getting 2 position but double bond is getting 4th position. So which is right? This is left to right. See, if you start from left to right, the pi bond getting, see, pi bond getting position 2. So from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your pi bond getting what? 4th position. So this is the right and this is the wrong. Understood now? So here we will not see the sum because here the functional group, because both are not substituent. So sum rule is used when the both are substituents. Otherwise one is the functional group, one is the substituent. You have to give the first priority to the functional group, not substituent. Understood? So this is the sum rule. Okay, write down. Okay, now see here, that is the 5th rule, naming different substituents. Okay, when the parent chain contain so more than one substituent, more than one different substituents, okay, then the substituents are named according to their alphabetical order. Understood? The letter which comes first in the alphabetical order, we will give the first priority. We will write the before the root word. See here, if two or more different substituents are the side chain are present in the molecule, they are named in the alphabetical order along with their appropriate positions. For example, see, first this is one compound here, this is Cl, now CBr, now CH3, now here CH3. Here the numbering start from left to right because it is near to this end. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and already you know that the prefixes of the different groups. This is what? Chloro, and this is what? Bromo. So B comes first here in the alphabetical order. B comes first. So B you have to write. See at B, this bromo present in which carbon atom? So we will not give the priority to the numbering alphabetical order. Bromo comes first, but bromo present at which carbon atom? 3rd carbon atom. Now 3, first letter. Always the IUPAC name of the compound is begin with a capital letter. Bromo at 3 bromo. Then after that what? At 2 position, the substituent are separated by the dash. C2 chloro. Yes, chloro. Total how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what? Pentane. And you should not give the gap between this chloro and pentane. So you have to write continuous sentence. This is what? 3 bromo, 2 chloro, pentane. Now one more. See this one. CH3. Okay. Now here CC2H5. Okay. Now what would be the name of this compound? Numbering start from right to left because it is near. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See here. This is what? 3, and this is what? 3 ethyl, and this is what? 2 methyl. Methyl and ethyl. Who will come first alphabetical order? E. So this is called E. 3 ethyl. Then after that what? 2 methyl. Then total 6 carbon. Hexane. Understood? So here what is the main important point? The substituents you have to write in the alphabetical order. For example, one more see. This is carboxylic acid, and we have here one chlorine, C cyanide, and Br. Now OH. See, this is one compound. So many groups are there. So here the principal functional group, that is highest priority functional groups, carboxylic acid. Start the numbering from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this is a carboxylic acid group comes first always. The highest priority functional group. Okay. Now Cn means what? What is the prefix of C? Because every functional group have the two names. One is prefix, one is suffix. Prefix means substituent. Suffix means functional group. So actually cyanide, when cyanide is suffix, then nitrile we call. But when cyanide is prefix, this is called cyano. Understood? So here see, in suffix and prefix I already explained that one. Okay? So if you have any doubt, see that video. So cyanide, this is cyano. This is bromo. This is OH means what? Hydroxy. Hydroxy. And this is what? Chloro. Now total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atom. Okay. Who will comes first? C. Yeah, the B will comes first. B present. Bromo present. 4th carbon atom. 4 capital letter. First letter bromo. Then after cyano, C comes first. C. But C same. So when first letter are same, go for the second letter. Second letter here H and here Y. So chloro will come. So 3 chloro. Then after 2 cyano. Then after who will come? 5 hydroxy. That is 6 carbon atom and oic acid, carboxylic acid, hexanoic acid. Hexanoic acid. Understood? This is the fifth rule. What is the fifth rule? When two or more different substituents present, they are represented according to their alphabetical order. Yes? Write down. Okay, now see sixth rule. So what is the sixth rule here? The presence of more than one same substituent. So when the same substituents present more than one times, see, if the same substituent occurs more than once, the prefix is di. For 2 substituent, tri. For 3 and tetra for 4, penta for 5, hexa for 6, etc. Understood? Are attached to the name of the substituent. For example, first example, this is one compound. Here Cl is there. Here also Cl is there. So numbering you can give from any side. If you start from right to left, 1, 2, and left to right also 1, 2. So here see, at 2 position and 3rd position 2 chlorine is there. So 2 for the same substituent, 2 chlorine means di. If it is 3, tri. If it is 4, tetra. So which position see here? At 2 position 1 chlorine is there, and 3rd position also 1 chlorine. 2 comma. That positions are separated by commas here. 2 comma 3. See here. Total di. So capital letter di. Sorry. Here what? Di means these are what? Chloro. Di. Chloro. Total 4 carbon atoms. Dichloro butane. See next. For example, see here. CH3. Now here Cl. Now here C. CH3. Now CH3. So numbering start from here. This is near to this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, Chloro comes first. This is methyl N. Chloro means C. In alphabetical order, C will comes first. So 2 position one chlorine is there. Third position one chlorine is there. It means 2, 3. First letter capital letter dichloro. Okay. After C again 2, 3. CH3 means methyl. Then again 2, 3. Dimethyl groups is there. Dimethyl. So what is the name? Total 5 carbon. That is called what? Pentane. Understood? Now one more. Third. Suppose like your compound contain like this. This is CH3. Now again CH3. And here also one CH3. Now what would be the name here? So numbering start from right to left because it is near to this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set 2 position. 1 methyl is there. At third position 2 methyl. It means 2 times 3 will come. So 2 comma. At third position 1 CH3 is there. 3. Again third position 1 CH3 is there. Again 3. Total 1, 2, 3. Trichloro pentane. Understood? Now for example, one more last. Fluorine, and here see again fluorine and fluorine. See what will be the name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See at 2 position and third position 2 fluorines is there. Total 4. So 2, 2. Again see 3, 3. Total what? Tetrafluoropentane. Okay. Understood how to write the same substituent? Write down. See here. Here there is one note that is very, very important here. See. The prefixes di, tri and tetra etc. not consider in alphabetical order in simple substituent. See here, the prefixes di, tri and tetra etc. not considered in alphabetical order in simple substituent. But in the complex substituent we will consider. We will study that rule also. First see this one. For example, see here. Now I am see here. This is CH3. F. Now give the numbering here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set second position fluorine is there. In the fourth position 4, 4 di. This is what? Dimethyl. So this di, it means this is prefix di, not considered in the alphabetical order. We have to see only methyl M because this prefix is not considered in the simple substituent. So we will not consider the D of the di in the alphabetical order. We will see only M, dimethyl, M methyl. So here fluorine is there. Who will come first? Fluorine, alphabetical order. See, 2 fluoro, then 4, 4 dimethyl. Don't see the D, see the methyl. Dimethyl, total 6 hexane. Understood here? See the di, tri, tetra, etc. are not considered in alphabetical order in the simple substituent. But in the complex substituent we will consider. Okay? Write down. Okay, now see here the seventh rule, that is naming different substituents at equivalent positions. Their positions from 2 end is same. See here, when two different substituents are in equivalent position from the two ends of the chain, then the numbering of the chain is done in such a way that the group which comes first in the alphabetical order gets lower number. So if I give the example, then you will easily understand this statement. See here, very simple example. Okay, now this is one CHP. Okay, now I am giving here C. This is one C2H5. Here also this is C2H5. Don't worry. So you can take this parent chain from this side or also this side. So parent chain is state chain if you consider. So if I give the numbering 1, 2, 3, this position is getting 3. So here also 1, 2, 3 you are getting. So it means the two different substituents are getting two equivalent positions, 3, 3. Then what happened here? See, done in such a way that the group which comes first in the alphabetical order gets lower number. So in the alphabetical order, who will comes first? This is what? Ethyl. And this is what? Methyl. Who will comes first? Ethyl. So the numbering start from right to left. So this is the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5, 6, 7. So what would be the name of this compound here? See, at 3 ethyl, then 5 methyl heptane. Okay, one more Cl. See, this is Cl and this is Br. So numbering start from what? This is chlorine, this is bromine. So bromo. B comes first in the alphabetical order. This is what? Chloro. So numbering start from, see, this comes first because they are equivalent position, 1, 2 and 1, 2. So this comes first, 1, 2, then 3, then 4. So this is what? 2 bromo and 3 chloro what? Butane. Understood now? So what is here main important? When the two different substituents present at equivalent position, then the numbering is done in such a way that the group which is comes first in the alphabetical order gets the lowest possible number. This is the sixth rule. Okay. Now the next is last one, that is eighth rule, that is naming of complex substituent. That is also very important. Right on. See here, that is last rule of IUPAC rules, that is 8th rule, naming the complex substituent. So in these 2 points are very important. One is the name of the complex substituent is always written in the bracket, and the prefixes like di, tri, tetra, penta, etc. are considered in the alphabetical order. Okay. Now see, first we have to select the parent chain. Parent chain is the longest chain. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 is a parent chain. Now give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever the numbering, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is what? Big group. This is our, this is a complex, bulky substituent, complex substituent. Now again the complex substituent also numbered, and here the carbon atom of the complex that is directly attached to the parent chain gets always number 1, irrespective of the groups. See here, which carbon atom directly attached to parent chain? See, this CH. So it gets 1. Okay. Then again you have to select the longest chain. Longest chain is what? 1, 2, 3. Otherwise 1, 2, 3. Whatever same. So I am taking 1, 2, and give the name of this compound. See 1, 2, and at one position one CH3 is there, and two position one CH3. Take the bracket. See here 1, comma, and 2. Here what? Dimethyl. 1, 2 dimethyl. Total what? 1, 2, 3. That is what? Propyl. This is a hydrocarbon group, not a parent chain. Parent chain is always end with A and E. So if you replace one hydrogen from A and E, you will get alkyl group. This is a hydrocarbon group. Already we discussed the hydrocarbon group also. So 1, 2, 3. This is what? Not propane. This is hydrocarbon groups. That's why propyl. Like methane, methyl, ethane, ethyl, propane, propyl is hydrocarbon group. This is enough substituent. That's why end with YL, propyl. Okay. Now what would be the name now? See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the name of this compound is at fifth position, fifth carbon atom. Okay. Complex substituent is written in the bracket. See this is 1, 2 dimethyl propyl. That is total 9 carbon atom. That is what? Nonane. Understood? Okay. Write down. Now see here. One more example here. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again this is a long chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So long chain is this one. Give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See this is the fifth carbon atom. Okay. And this fifth carbon atom one group is there. This is a complex substituent. Now give the number to the complex substituent. So the always the number 1 gives to that carbon atom which is directly attached to parent chain. So this one 1, and here 2 is there. So here one position 2 methyl group is there. So you can write the this complex substituent 1, 1, that is dimethyl 1, 2 ethyl group. See, don't think, sir, this is methyl, this is ethyl comes first. Actually, this is what? Parent chain. In this complex substituent, this is ethyl is the parent chain because it contains 2 carbons and these 2 are the substituent. What would be the name at fifth carbon atom? See, bracket 1, 1, C first letter always begin with capital letter, dimethyl ethyl, bracket close. Total 9 carbon atoms. 9. Yes, understood? Write down. Okay, now see here one more example for the complex substituent. This is one compound. Here the longest chain. First select the longest chain. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 means what? Dodecane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the parent chain now. More number of carbon atoms. Now give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both have the equivalent position. So first here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see. Both are equivalent position. Okay. Don't worry. See, first this is a complex. This is what? Simple substituent. This is called ethyl group. Okay. Now this is a complex substituent. Give the numbering to this carbon atom because it is directly attached to the parent chain. Then 2 and 3. This is a complex substituent. What would be the name? 1, 2. See here. This is what? Dimethyl and propyl group. This is the name of complex. And see, in the complex substituent we will consider the di, tri, tetra in the alphabetical order. See, here what? D comes first, here E comes. Who will come first? This is one D. So the numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, in the alphabetical order D will come first because in the complex substituent D will di, tri, tetra we will consider in the alphabetical order. See, at 5 bracket 1, 2, dimethyl propyl bracket close. Then at 8 ethyl, then total 12 carbon atoms, that is dodecane. 11 means undecane, dodecane, tridecane, like that. Okay, now see, this is a simple, it is not a complex. See, give the numbering. See, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Yes, this is the right method. 4 5 6 7 8. See here 3 3 dimethyl, but here 5 ethyl. It is not a complex substituent. In the simple substituent, di, tri, tetra prefixes are not considered in the alphabetical order. So who will come first here? 5 ethyl comes first. 5 ethyl, then 3 3 dimethyl. And 8 carbon atom means what? Octane. Understood now? So in simple substituent prefixes like di, tri and tetra etc. are not considered. Understood now? Okay, just write down. Okay, now see, these are the last examples for this IUPAC rules. Okay, now see this one compound. Here we have to select the parent chain. So what would be the parent chain? See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Is there any possibility here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So here both are you are getting same. So let's see, let me increase one carbon atom here. So now see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so this is the state chain, is the parent chain now. So now give the numbering, because this is near to this end. 1 2 3 4 Okay, now see here, give the numbering 1 2 3 4, and this is near to this end. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now both are complex substituent. First give the numbering to the complex substituent. This is 1 2 3 4. So what is the name at the 2 position bracket? See, 2 methyl butyl is there. 1 2 3 4 butyl. Here see, this is the complex substituent. Give the numbering. The carbon atom which is directly attached to the parent chain 1. Then again longest chain 1 2 3. Okay. See here, you are getting here. So let me increase like this. This is become 2 CH. Now increase one more. See here. Now here this is 1 2 3, again 4 you are getting. Understood? So when you get here 4, see 1 2 3 4, this is what? Bracket 1 methyl 1 2 3 4. This is butyl, 1 methyl butyl group. Okay, now here see, the both substituents having the same name. This is 1 methyl butyl and this is 2 methyl butyl. So who will comes first here? This is 2 methyl butyl, that is 1 methyl butyl. So when 2 complex substituent is there, then the complex having the lower locant will comes first. See here, the what would be the name of this compound? That is 1 methyl butyl, this is 2 methyl butyl. So here this is 1 and here this is 2. The lower number, lowest possible number is this one. So this is what? 1 methyl. So that substituent present at lower number. So this will comes first. So what would be the name here? See, this is the fourth position. Yes, 4. See, one more I have the one doubt here. When I increase here CH3, so here the longest chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here also 10. So we have to increase one more carbon atom also. 11. Okay. Now here see, what would be the name? At fourth position, bracket 1 methyl butyl, then fifth position bracket, that is 2 methyl butyl. Total 11 carbon atoms. That is what? Undecane. This is the name of this compound. It means when two substituents are present and both having the same names, then the substituent which having the lower locant will comes first. Okay. Write down. Next, see. This is the fifth one. So when the same complex substituents occur more than once, like di, tri, tetra, but here in the complex substituent we will use the different prefixes. It is indicated by the multiplying prefixes: bis for 2 substituent, tris for 3, and 4 for tetrakis. Understood? For example, see this one. Give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the right method. And see here, this is complex substituent. This is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. Here what is the name? 1, 1, 1, 1. Dimethyl propyl is there. Yes. Here also same 1, 2, 3. This is also 1, 1. Dimethyl propyl. Both groups are same, but same substituent. Now we have to use how many same substituent? 2. It means for the 2 we will use bis. So at see here, at the fifth carbon atom, bis bracket, sorry, here bis, and here bracket 1, 1 dimethyl propyl. Okay, at 5 carbon atom, bis 1, 1 dimethyl propyl. Total how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what? Decane. Understood? So this is the what? When same complex substituents are present. Understood all of you? The all 8 rules with exceptional cases, some complex substituents and normal substituents. These are the 8 IUPAC rules, and these are very, very important. Okay, write down. Hope so all of you understood this IUPAC nomenclature from 1 to 8 rules. So we will discuss with examples. In the next lecture, we will discuss the IUPAC rules for alicyclic compound, that is the cyclic compounds. Understood? Okay guys, if you like my lecture, please subscribe my YouTube channel, that is SK Chemistry Academy, and please like my videos and share to your friends, and please press the bell icon so that you can get the notification for upcoming videos. Okay, bye.